Hello, hello, welcome. We're back with the Rising Stars. Round 5 in Season 3. It's time for a change. Second half of the season. Different car, different tracks today. So you see from the track map on that graphics, it's trial mount time, baby, today. And the car will be the Ford Focus Gr.B rally car for the remainder of that season. Right, we'll go to the big screen for you. So we are just a couple of minutes away from the qualifying session. So we're sitting with a championship leader in the pits, but we want to see some cars out of track. So Gr.B action it is. We are using the racing tire compounds. All are available. The racing soft is mandatory though. We have a 40-minute race for this one. Tire wear is ×2 and the fuel consumption ×3. And we have the refueling rate at 5 liters per second. So there's a pit stop needed. You won't make it on fuel, and you definitely won't make it on the soft tires. The Gr.B on tire mark, the tire wear is quite high in the Ford Focus. So I reckon 10 minutes roughly for the soft tires to last. But this opens up the strategy book for the drivers. Try to go for a long medium stint, do some fuel saving. Maybe do medium soft. That is up to the drivers, and we will see about those strategies later on. So we are probably looking at low 55s for the pole position. Qualifying drivers will start on 50 liters of initial fuel, so a little lighter that car. And also the question, probably you want to pit midway through the qualifying session and go for a second run with fresh soft tires. Probably. That would be my guess, at least. So yeah, first impressions. So getting out the message that we are starting soon. Yeah, for the qualifying it will be the same multipliers. ×2 tire wear, ×3 fuel consumption. So also a little bit of a strategy call. Exit, go out with 50 liters, or do an in lap and an out lap, but get the fuel down even more with a fresh set of softs. Decisions everywhere. Oh, this, but yeah. I'm not racing, so that is. But I did a quick test run. So I think my best was a 54 point something high, mid to high. But that was just one flying lap on those softs, and then the tire wear kicked in. don't tell you about my race strategy, what I did. But here we go. We are starting this qualifying session now. Good luck to the drivers. It's 10 minutes of qualifying for round 5, season 3 of the Rising Stars series. And here we go. Let's go. So in the championship, after 4 rounds in the Ford Focus ST DFF road car, we have Devo leading the championship by a couple of points. Couch Racing sitting in P2. And then we have Captain and Dashi tied on points. P3 currently. And Captain with the pole position last week at Road Atlanta. We had a great qualifying session. We'll have a look at the cars and the drivers. Stu with a Reese livery, peanut butter. Yummy, yummy. Jolancy going for America. F. Vivo, a Honda livery, usually a Repsol. Evoque with a fake Subaru 555 livery. And we have TCR liveries running. Taz and I also think Devo with that same livery. Probably they grabbed it from a CTC race 2 seasons ago. We have Couch Racing with a black and red. Not sure about the origins, but it doesn't matter. So Couch starting the first flying lap, and this is my time to go on board. Dashing right behind in this white Red Bull livery from Focus. Here we go, starting that lap, crossing the start-finish line into the first chicane. Car control, carry the speed, cut on the right-hand side, over the crest, cut on the inside, carry the speed, that looked decent. Entry of the tunnel, you brake, go down into 3rd gear, early on to the power 4th gear, good run. From Couch Racer, then on that yellow sign brake down to 3rd gear, briefly let it roll through the turn, past the first timing sector into the awkward right-hander, start braking at the tunnel into the left-hander, take a narrow line, early on the power, through the tunnel we go, down the long back straight. Now it's just you want to have a 7th gear here, so the car is topping out at some point. Doesn't go any quicker than probably 260, 261 kph braking for the banked left-hander. A bit late maybe, but yeah, does an early upshift to 4th gear for the exit. Approaching the final sector, over the crest, downhill we go into the right-hander. Be patient on that throttle. Upshift to 4th helps with the understeer. Brake for the left-hander down 2 gears. Accelerate early, don't run too wide onto the grass. That looked decent. Approaching the final chicane. Onto the brake, 2nd gear. Wow, 1st gear, that's crazy. Early upshift to 3rd over that inside curb, and then gets the run past the penalty zone. Approaching the line. Will it be a 54 for Couch? 55-2. Not a bad one to start with. Dashi with a 55-1. Devo with that 55-0. Alright. Couch Racing decided to go into the pits go for a new run. And we have Captain with that 54.8 on that first timed run. A bit distracted. Could probably, now bail out of that session, jump back into the pits and go for a new run. The tire wear, won't be getting any better. Tess P2 with also a 54.9 for Tess. That looks to be the best qualifying result of the season so far for Tassie. Davo going for a second lap, but we already see that tire wear on the front right tire. So the drivers can adjust the brake balance and the torque vectoring differential, so they can make that car a little bit less understeery if they want to. And it looks like Davo is nursing the tires for a second run, or will he just drive into the pits and go for a low fuel run? So those are the options, like teleport back into the pits, start with 50 liters, or do an in-lap and out-lap. So with Davo opting for the low fuel run, a couple of drivers as well. Interesting strategies. Captain stayed out. Not sure if that second lap will be any faster. 54.5, nope, won't be improving on that one. We also had traffic. So Captain and Tess 1, 2, then Davo and Dashi 3 and 4. We have Couch and Trelency P5, P6, and Stu Evok P7, P9, and it's Evo and Ovich P9, P10. So Ovich a late outlap on some fresh soft tires. So 1.2 separating the top 9. I'm pretty sure Ovich can improve. We will have a close field for that race. So interestingly, Captain stayed out on that first set of soft tires. But it was a really good lap to start that qualifying session. And now it will be too late to drive into the pits and go for a very late soft tire run. But maybe he just wants to experience the tire wear for the race later on. So yeah, say 6 laps to the max for soft. He's bailing out of that session. Tess also on the worn soft tires. See, 1.2 behind, so a big drop off for those tires. The Davo with low fuel and fresh soft tires. Dashi burned even more fuel. Alright, that's interesting. Couch Racing improved to a 55.1. Alright, let's stay with Dashi. That's 25 liters now, starting that probably final lap in that qualifying session. And aggressive run through the first sector. He can push those tires for one lap, that's all good. Running wide onto the grass, carried the momentum. Drifting it a little bit, let's see, he is purple. Not by much, but purple. So now a crucial left-hander for the long run down the back straight through the tunnel. Don't wanna touch that wall on the tunnel entry. We saw some sparks flying. He will be losing a little bit of time. Pretty sure not the ideal run. How much did it cost him? That is the question. Braking for the left-hander, the best overtaking opportunity probably on the track. You can go side by side into that corner as well. Gets a decent run. Lost a little bit, still close. So needs to nail those final downhill. The turns. Right-hander a bit wide, but stayed off the walls into the left-hander. Don't cut too much on the inside, you will get a penalty. Got a decent run. This could be an improvement. Have to wait and see. Final chicane. Now braking. Get that car over to the left-hand side. Open up that corner early. Third gear. And then run. Oh, the wall. So, won't be improving on that lap. Stays in P5. Devo comes around. 53, 4, 5, no improvement. Devo stays in P3. But look at those gaps between Taz, the Devo, Couch, and Dashi. Captain with a magic lap on the first run. Trelancey is still out. Can he improve? Half a second, just that gap to P1. Looks like a good run. 53, 4. That is P3 for Trelancey. Well done. Great final lap. Found a gap. And Ewok. Where the... How? Wow. Ewok with pole position. 54.7 on that final lap. Which didn't improve. 8/10 that gap to Vivo. Vivo half a second to Stu. Stu then 3/10 to Dashi. Couch. Devo, that is close. Taz. Trelancey. Captain and Ewok. Wow. What a qualifying session. Dashi has been Jaegered again. Yeah, I was running with you and you touched those walls twice. Everyone has to endure my curses. Sorry. It is what it is sometimes. But you will get used to it and then you just don't mind it at some point. So yeah. Oh, let's have a quick look at the result. For me, the screenshots. Right. So, Ewok with pole position at 54.789, a 0.8 for Captain on the front row. Then Trelancey missed out on that front row by a smidge. P3 it is for Trelancey, P4 for Tess. So we see new faces at the front of the grid for round number 5. Devo, the championship leader in P5, side by side with Couch, who's sitting in P2 in the championship. Dashi, then P7. So Dashi tied on point with Captain P2, Dashi P7. Stu, then in 8th position, 4th row alongside Dashi. And then we have Vivo and Ovich, P9 and P10, row number 5. That is. So, yeah, that is a great qualifying result. So nice to see new faces at the sharp end. So we will be starting soon. So it's a 40 minutes race. Racing soft tire is mandatory. All racing tire compounds are available. Fuel won't be lasting till the end, so pit stop is definitely needed. Question is, will it be a 1-stop or a 2-stop strategy? So, according to my practice, I know what I will be doing. Well, let's have a look what the drivers have in mind for that race. So here we go. 15 past the hour. Let's go. We start the race, round number 5, season 3, Ford Focus Group B Rally Car. 40 minutes of racing action in the CLR Rising Stars series. It's all set, I'm ready. Hope the drivers are ready as well. So why does this car have a horn? I thought we were going to race cars, we will get rid of those bloody annoying horns, but no. And it's go, go, go! Off the line, Captain with a good start on soft tires compared to Evoque, who starts on the hard tires. So Captain early into the lead, first time into the S's, and side by side, a little bit twitchy through the part, and the first little bit of contact happening between Dashi and a TCR driver who's on the outside, Davo or Tess, I don't know, both running the same livery. Hard to tell, they go a little bit wide, they go side by side, 3 wide maybe into the next big zone. This will probably end in tears, or understeered a little bit, but everyone survived. So first time into the middle sector we go. Let's quickly run you through the grid and the tires. Captain on softs with an early lead. Evoque on hards in second. Tess on mediums in third. The Davo on hards in P4. Couch also on the hards in P5. Now with that draft, Dashi on mediums P6. Trulancy mediums as well 7th. Stu on hards. Vivo on softs and Obich on the mediums. Braking for 3 activations coming into the left-hander. We go! I heard the tires screaming for help, but they all survived it. The couch racing got past Davo with that draft coming down the back straight. So Captain tries to break free. Aggressive soft tire strategy from the get-go. Evoque then leading on that chase group. P2 the hard tires versus Tess on mediums. Couch goes deep into the final chicane. Dashi is there on the mediums. Bit of a tire advantage for Dashi at the moment, with the mediums getting better grip out of the final chicane. But Couch Racing has track position, has the advantage for the first sector. Left, right, chicane. Dashi will try to hang it around the outside. Ooh, crazy. No, he has to back out. It's not gonna work. Keeps it out on track. Davo then now on the inside. Dashi with dirty tires. With the grass struggling for grip. Loses that position to the TCR driver instantly. Still there on the inside. Brakes later for the right-hander. Cut back for Davo, a little bit of contact, but nothing major, and Davo up into P5 again. So Dashi P6, Stu is right there as well in P7. Ooh, here the tires again. Trulancy and Ovich right in the mix as well. Vivo on softs in P10. I don't think that's what he had in mind. So again, once again, we go down the back straight to the tunnel, slipstream, but at some point there's no more advantage. Car topping out at 262 kph. We saw drivers going deep into the banked left-hander, racing action everywhere. 2-3 wide coming out of that corner, and wow, it's just 3 minutes in. We are going for 40 minutes with this. Can they keep up that frantic pace and racing action? That will be the question. Oh, someone was sideways in the distance. We'll have a look. Someone, Obich with a little bit of damage, has the inside now. Braking for the final chicane. Also, Vivo had some damage front and rear. There was a little bit of contact happening between the two cars. Can we see what happened maybe with the replay? Too late for Evo who hit Trulancy, and also Ovic was in the victim. Couldn't avoid that. Unlucky. But will continue. So Captain extending his lead 4.4 seconds. Tires still looking okay after lap 3. Those soft tires 55.8 currently. Evo in P2 collected himself a penalty through the first sector probably, but has a 1 second gap to Tess, who is running on the mediums. Dashi then opened up that gap as well, mediums, to the hard tire runners, that is Davo and Couch, separated by less than a second. We also have Stu right behind. Oh, Stu hit the wall, the tunnel probably, on the entry, but still has that slipstream range. Then Trulancy, Vivo and Ovic dropped behind a little bit through the first half of the track, losing that slipstream now, and one little mistake and he's right back in it from the cars in front. We hear those tires like screaming. Okay, so now it has calmed down a little bit, the racing action, so we can run you through the current settings. No! Oh, Evo with that penalty. Penalty zone is just before the start finish line. He lost position to Tess now. The captain leading that race on soft tires. Tess on mediums in P2. Evo, the best car on racing hard tires. Dashi on mediums, on a charge, trying to get closer to Evo. Will use his tire advantage now. And we have Davo, Couch and Stu, all three on the racing hard tire compound, P5, 6 and 7. Let's change the camera for a little while. See the chase cam action. Late on the brakes. He has the slipstream though for the long run. Devo trying to break that toe, going to the left, going back on to the right. And Stu definitely gained some time. Here we go to the championship leader, showing his perspective. The battle behind Couch and Stu. Through the twisty bits of that section, of that track, that section, approaching the final sector now. Downhill we go, pit entry to the left. And we're going past that pit entry, braking. Oh, that was very, very late or early. I don't know, maybe Davo is saving some tires and some fuel. I don't know. This gives Couch racing the opportunity to run, bumping Davo with the run into the first sector, the S's. So going side by side will lose you time, even if it looks very, very fun to do so. And Vivo on his soft tires, making up some ground, caught the back of the group, Stu, Couch and Davo. Oh, that is interesting. Captain now, look at the front right tire, that escalated quickly. So after 3 laps it all looked fine. Now that wear is insane, so I guess this will be time to pit for Captain after 5 laps. Tess taking care of the tires, looking still okay, those mediums, 4 seconds. That gap Evoque on those hard still there. Let's have a look at Dashi. Used definitely more tires compared to Tess on the mediums, pushing it. So I'm pretty sure Dashi will be doing a 2-stop strategy. Here, medium, medium, soft. That looks. What about Captain? Staying out? Going in, yeah. You will suffer with this kind of tire wear for one more lap. So we have a new leader then when Taz comes around in the final chicane. And here we go. Taz leading the race with 30 minutes and a bit to go. Ewok in P2, Dashi in third. Dashi with the run. Will we see a bump draft as well down the main straight? No, Ewok is going defensive, trying to keep that position going into the S's. No, he's backing out of it, having a different idea about this race. Interesting. And then we have Davo, Couch, and Vivo. We are missing Stu. Stu dropped the position. Trilancy up to P7. Stu in 8th. Ovic 9th. Stays with the P7, P8 drivers. Gap is not too big. And now Captain is back out on track with medium tires. So that's 16.8 seconds now. So he had a 4-second lead. So that's why we're looking at roughly 20 seconds pit loss. Alright. So I thought it was way longer. That it feels like an eternity if you go into the pits on that track. And Taz is flying, putting in a personal best. Sector coming into the final section of the track. 5 seconds. That gap now to Ewok. Ewok got past Dashi again. Dashi was briefly ahead. We have to compare the tire between Taz and Dashi. It is crazy on the medium tires. And a very, very solid run so far for Taz. With a 56.5 Ewok. They had some fighting going on, but it looks 59. Maybe a little bit of contact happening between the two. Couch, Vivo. Oh, look at how that thing bunched up again. Jaeger cam action. Now this is time for that camera. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4 cars behind Couch Racing. That is Vivo, Davo, Trilancy, and Stu. 1 second that gap to that chasing group of cars right behind, and Vivo. I think he's still on the soft tires here. And look at also the tire wear. Vivo lap 7. That is crazy. New tire whisperer here. What's going on? Sitting right in between Couch and Davo now for the run down the back straight. And this is some really interesting strategy and driving from Vivo, making those softs last not that long. So Davo in 6th, Trilancy and Stu right behind. Trilancy is on the mediums, alright, and Stu on the hards, Davo on the hard tires. Then we have Vivo closing that gap to Couch. Couch on those hards, also no drama with the tire wear so far. Again, we have P2 and P3 fighting for position. Vivo keeping that position. Now Dashi a bit better with the fuel, so saving some of the needed fuel. Taz also good with the fuel, so taking it easy. And this is probably the crucial part with this car. So if you overdrive that car, if you're pushing it too much, you just use too much of the fuel, you burn through the tires. So a smooth run is definitely the way to go. Early upshift, use a higher gear. You don't lose that much speed, and I think it shows for me like the advantage, the experience that Taz has running with this car. So he was active in the CTC Community Team Cup two years ago already, and this Focus was part of it and was one of the 5 cars that was being used. So drivers competing in that series, they got to know this car, and Taz with a brilliant job so far leading. Ivok and Dashi second, third. Dashi now struggling with the tires. The medium is giving up. Vivo got past Couch. P4. Couch staying with Vivo. Devo, he was also part of that CTC squad. Not sure if he actually raced, but he was definitely practicing with the guys in TCR, and dashing in now after 8 laps. So it looks like medium, soft, 15, 15, 10, roughly the amount of time Dashi wants to run. With Stu on those hards in 6th, Captain, soft to medium, close that gap to Taz. 2 seconds since the pit stop, not gaining that much, so both are on the same tire compound, mediums now. Ovich started on mediums, running in P8, not too far behind the pole sitter currently. Then Dashi out on track, going for the soft stint now, trying to see how long they actually last. Or is he trying to go for a medium soft? Also thinkable, but Dashi was chewing through his front tires. I'm not sure if the softs will last that long, but he will give it a shot, no doubt about it. Entry Lancy in 10th, currently on a fresh set of mediums again. Taz with a commanding lead, 6.2 seconds with 23 minutes to go, 17 minutes into this race. Ewok with a little gap now, no more Dashi right behind. And then we have Olivo, who is still running with those soft tires. Is he looking for a soft run? Might be. That would be also an enormous effort. He's staying out for one more lap. Couch on the hards. So now that we are midway through, nearly midway through this race, so my go-to strategy would have been 15 laps on hards and 6 on the softs. So we're looking at 21 laps with that pace, and I think Couch and Devo, they have the same idea. The hards don't feel too bad, to be honest, but Devo is chewing up those hards. That is interesting to see. And Stu with better tires gets the inside line. Will he get a position? No, Devo is on the inside, defending that one. But gives himself a good opportunity to go for a run on that back straight. Devo has some slipstream as well. We see the understeer now. That costs to the momentum for the run. But Couch versus Vivo. Couch pump drafting again, but now he might have the tire advantage. Vivo's tires now starting to fade, but Vivo keeping that position for now, keeps his lines through the banked left-hander, but bunches up that group. Vivo, Couch, Devo, and Stu, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We'll go back to Captain, who is closing that gap to that group as well. So he sees them fighting. P7, 2 seconds, just that gap. Ovic. 20 minutes to go. Mediums, so softs are mandatory. So 2-stop strategy for Ovic. So that those mediums didn't last that long as he probably was hoping for. Dashi with those softs, what can he do? Will we see a new fastest lap of the race? There's the question. 55.7 currently, and it looks like a good lap so far. 55.4 for Dashi, yeah. Taking the fastest lap, an extra point. That would be the case. Taz, yeah, nursing those tires now. You will see now once you hit that 50% mark, it's going downhill very, very fast. And Vivo now struggling with his front right tire. The soft now basically done, and he lost that position to Couch Racing, who is managing his hard tires very, very well. Evo understeers, coming onto the back straight, and Devo gets the run. Using the slip, the toe, now pulling out inside line for left hand. I don't think Evo can hold that line now. Tires just don't have that much grip anymore. But he's still fighting for it. He's keeping the inside line, defending it. They go side by side, and now it was too much for Vivo. You see the tires are done. So he made them last for 21 minutes. So I think he will be going for a new run with the softs. That is doable for Vivo. Crazy. Devo on the inside. Stu with a deep run into the chicane. Come on, camera, give me something to work with. Stu, Devo, and where's Captain? Camera's Captain. We have to watch that from the replay. The camera was a little bit confused, so was I. But Captain with the better run on the medium tires, getting 2 positions coming out of the final turn. So I think we will go with Captain's perspective. So both TCR drivers going deep into the chicane, and with the cutback, taking a wide line and then getting early onto the power, and just using the speed. And I think it was Stu who was slowing up a little bit to let Devo get through, but they lost some time. There was a tiny bit of contact between the 2 drivers. So what about Taz? Still leading, still has a little bit of tire life remaining, the front right. Maybe one more lap, but this might be a stretch. So, and this would be a very long run on soft tires. We saw it's doable, like Vivo did half of the race with medium tires. Evox probably also going with 15 laps on hard, 6 on softs. My go-to strategy for that race. Couch in third on those hards. Captain, soft to mediums. He will be pitting again, but definitely gained that time to Couch Racing again, and can use the mediums probably to the end once again. So soft, medium, probably the strategy for Captain. Dashi is in now, so the softs didn't last that long. So what is now? It is hards or mediums for Dashi. He tested the softs and the mediums now. Should get an impression, an idea what to expect. Devo, hards not looking that good anymore. He needs to use them for a bit longer, in my opinion. Otherwise the softs will die and he will suffer on the final laps. So it looks like the mediums now compared to the hards, not much of an advantage during that stage of the race. Still very interesting and amazing to see those different strategies somehow working for the drivers. Yeah, Vivo going for soft as expected. Ovic medium softs now, but the softs to the end, I don't think so. And Dashi indeed going for hard, no more experiments, playing it safe till the end. And what about Taz? 50 minutes ago, I think one more lap is doable on mediums, and if he can keep up with that smooth driving, he could do the last stint on softs. It's an early pit stop for Taz. It's a bit too early in my opinion. It looks to be like 8 laps on soft tires. I don't know. 6 is manageable, 7 is a stretch, 8. Wow, you have to be a magician, or you have to carry the name Vivo. You did like in 10, 11 laps on those softs. We'll see. Ewok staying on, but Ewok is a bit low on fuel, so the end of lap 14 could be the in lap for Ewok. Couch Racing saved a little bit more fuel, so he looks to be on track with 15 laps on hards. Captain on low amount of fuel, but he will he use mediums or softs? That is not the question. He could think about it after that lap as well. Stu low on fuel, in lap as well, in my opinion. Devo good with the fuel, not so good with his front right tire in P5, now struggling to keep up with that pace. Taz on the soft tires now, will be a long final stint, no doubt about that. What about Trelancy? Went medium, so that needs to use the soft still for that race. Vivo soft run, nursing the tires, but has the fastest lap, 54.8. Ovic with the mediums shredding through those softs now. Will use another set of softs probably till the end. And then Dashi currently in P10, 38 seconds and a half, has used all of the tires. Now, what happened to Ewok? Ewok lost the lead. Captain and Couch staying out here. Ewok, was it a mistake? He is stretching that fuel. This could be close. Captain goes in. It's a 12-minute something. It looks to be like 7 laps. 7 laps on softs, yeah. But the final lap is no fun. Trust me. Devo up to P3. Taz virtually leading. The question is, can he make those softs last till the end? Trelancy yet to pit for softs. And Vivo wants to get to the end on softs. He did a long first stint, yeah, 11 laps, so 10 on softs. Should be easy peasy, lemon squeezy for Vivo. So now, this is the interesting part. Evo with a great job with the tires. The fuel could be an issue now. Will he make it safely back to the pits? That is the question. Couch Racing now leading the race nearly 4 seconds, and Ewok, yeah, short shifting, losing 3-4 tenths down that back straight. He's definitely very short on the fuel. What about Couch? I don't see much fuel on that display, but it's just around the corner, the pit entry. One more left-hander, and then it's into the pits. Perfect timing, perfect fuel management for Couch. Just made it on 0, probably into the pits. Yeah, here we go. Ewok also made it into its lust a little bit, but all good. What about Devo? Also into its now soft for those three now. Taz looked after tires on his first 2 laps, not much better on them, so this has potential. This has potential for a victory. Taz, 10 minutes to go, crosses the line and leads the race again. Trulancy, 10 minutes to go. When to go for the mediums? That is the question. Vivo in third now. Couch comes back out on track. Slots in behind Vivo and stays in front of Captain. Captain using another set of medium tires. Okay, didn't trust those softs. Maybe not the worst idea. So you get 2-3 really good laps out of the softs, and then I think the mediums are as fast, maybe even faster. Just 4 seconds. We'll see how that goes. Stu, 6th Ewok, 7th Dashi. Great. Devo lost quite some time, dropped all the way down to P9. Behind Dashi, so Devo got some work to do in the final 10 minutes. And Ovic back out on the medium tires. What is possible for Ovic? 4 seconds that gap to Trulancy. Trulancy probably with the in-lap now, and then uses the softs for the very last 8 minutes. Something like that. Otherwise, I'd be very surprised. And I'm very surprised he's staying out. Not trusting the softs at all, but it looks. So we have a net gap between Taz and Vivo. Under 10 seconds. Couch Racing closing the gap. Oh, half a second penalty. That will cost him a little bit. Captain in P5, 4 seconds, will gain a little bit on Couch Racing. No, he's not serving the penalty this lap, next lap. Alright, interesting. So 4.4. Stu. And 2 seconds the gap. Taz with the fastest lap as well, 54.8. 0.3. Ewok is also pushing. He had showed some good tire management. P7. Devo got past the Dashi. Softs versus hards for now. Definitely tire advantage for Devo. So P8. 4 seconds that gap to Ewok. Ewok is pushing on those softs as well. Let's see the gap. Oh, and Vivo versus Couch. That's nearly a second. Not sure who is catching. Captain stays roughly 4.5 seconds with Couch. I think it should be Couch. Fresher soft tires compared to Vivo, who's running those softs for quite some time now. Trulancy now really low on fuel. Will be pitting this lap now, otherwise no more fuel, and will be race over. And he's coming in for that final pit stop. A very short stint on the soft tires incoming. So Vivo versus Couch, less than a second now, but Couch Racing with that half-second penalty. He will probably just stay within the slipstream of Vivo. That is like good news for Couch. Gets a little bit of a toe, maybe just roughly 1.4, 1.5. So Captain 4 seconds, and those mediums looking really good under 4 seconds now. And the soft tires maybe now starting to wear, and we see a drop. what should I say, for Vivo and Taz. Taz commanding lead, nearly 10 seconds. Soft still looks okay. 5.5 minutes to go. So it is 3.5 laps. Taz, Vivo 1, 2, Couch in third, Captain in P4. Then Stu versus Evoke. Evoke is pushing Stu. Some severe tire wear on the front right compared to Evoke. Now hit it later, gets the run, gets the tow, and probably gets the move done alongside braking for the left-hander. And up to P5 it is for Evoke. Briefly he outbrakes himself and they go side by side out of the corner. Evoke is still there. And I think he got the momentum. Still more grip even with that little mistake. How far behind is Davo? 3.3 seconds that gap to Stu. Or he might catch. What is happening for Couch Racing? Why is he pitting? Did he under fuel? I'm so confused right now. Why is Couch Racing pitting again? Has something else happened to Couch? We will find out soon, I guess. So Taz, Evo, Captain, E3, maybe something happened. So he had to retire the car. Looks like he's... So Evo got past... Davo got past Stu, up to P5. Stu in 6. To land Dashi. No, Couch just refueled a little bit. He was too short on fuel. That was a costly mistake. New soft tires, so he will go definitely now for the fastest lap points, but that didn't go to plan at all. 3.5 minutes to go on lap 19, so target lap time is 21. 10 seconds now that gap between Taz and Vivo. Captain third, 3 seconds that gap. Vivo now again, and though this front right tire, the softs, made it last for very, very long again. But again, looks like a bit of a stretch for Vivo. 3 seconds. So Captain, it is doable to move up a position. What about Evoke? Under 3 seconds that gap. Tires still looking okay. Davo versus Stu, and Davo again too aggressive with that Ford Focus on his front tires. Those tires are toast. But Stu's tires also not looking that much better. But they still have to do 2 more laps. So not sure about that. Maybe Dashi can snag some positions here. Hot tires looking good, but Dashi is low on fuel as well. So drama everywhere with tires, with fuel. Strategy shenanigans going on. Couch now crosses the line with 1:56 to go, or it's the final lap for Couch, so he's missing out on lap 21. Taz, Vivo, and yeah, look at that. Captain closed that gap under a second now. Vivo is low with the fuel and done with the tires, so this should be easy pickings for Captain now. More grip, those mediums in a very good shape. No understeer, and he gets the run early down the back straight through the tunnel, and Captain moves up a position. P2 it is. Vivo trying to stay in that tow, and Davo losing that position to Stu, so Davo's tires are done and dusted, non-existent that front right. He will suffer so much understeer now. He cannot turn that car probably for those Yes, and he'll lose that position. Here comes Dashi on his hard tires. But he's probably too low on fuel. They will have to do one more lap. Or will they get the run to the line? I don't know. Can Devo defend that position? No. He's just understeered for days and days and days. And also Trulancy. Now with the run, the best tires in that group. Brakes for the line. It's 12 seconds to go. They will probably just come over the line. Also Stu suffering with crazy tire wear, so they will have to do one more lap. Look at that. Or will they just cross the line? Who gets the final lap? All of them. Devo, Trulancy, P7, Dashi with the fuel that probably won't be enough to get Dashi till the end. What about Stu? The tires are done. Oh, this is insane. Ewok also struggling, caught up with Bevo. Taz is fine. Captain is fine. Bevo in third. Ewok fourth. Dashi defending for his life with the hard tires. Tire advantage for Dashi. Trulancy in seventh with the best fuel. And the tires. Dashi will run out of fuel. I'm pretty sure about that. What about Devo? Devo, he cannot turn that car. He will lose that position to Stu, who also cannot turn that car. So I think now Dashi is running out of fuel pretty soon. So Trulancy gets P5 and Dashi now, that's it. The fuel is gone for Dashi. He will lose that position to Devo now. So he's out. He's out of fuel. Devo will get P6 by the looks. Yep. And Taz wins the race. The captain in P2. Ewok keeps that position, probably P3, yeah. What a race. Bevo on that soft tires is running out of fuel. Pure TCR drive, but P4 it will be Trulancy in fifth. Or will he catch Bevo? I don't know. It's close. And now Trulancy gets the number 4. Bevo runs out of the fuel before the line. P5. Devo in 6th positions. 2 in 7th, Dashi crawling to the line in P8, and Couch finished that race in P9, didn't get the fastest lap of the race, in Ovich in P10. What a race it is. Dashi made it over the line, so that is the race. Holy moly. What did we just witness? Crazy. That was probably one of the most exciting races ever in the Rising Stars series. So, I did save the replay, right? Okay, so let's just grab the screenshots. And then run you through the race results. Taz with his victory, fastest lap as well. Absolute cracking performance. Taz nailed it with a medium to soft strategy. Who would have thought? What a race. Captain, pole position and P2. Soft, medium it was for Captain. Ewok with hard to soft, my preferred strategy. And in a podium position for Ewok in P3. Trulancy with medium and a short soft stint up to P4 with unlucky damage in the opening stages. Bevo with soft strategy, also crazy. How did that even work? But finished in P5. Devo had no tires, couldn't defend that position. It's a P6 for Devo. Stu then E7 Vivo ran out of fuel, by the way. Yeah, TCR way. Dashi also underfueled for that final lap. This would have been otherwise a probably P5. Not sure if he could have kept Trelenzi on fresh soft tires, but Dashi with all tire compounds used. And then Couch Racing, who had an emergency pit stop for fuel. But that's just P9 for Couch and Ovich in the 10th position. But well done, everybody. What a race that was. So, oof. Yeah. So, get you for... If I find it on Discord. So, where is our schedule for the Rising Stars? So, round 6, we will go to Brazil. Autodromo de Interlagos. So, next week, again, Ford Focus Rally Car time. If we can have an somewhat similar race to this one, this would be crazy, but yeah, definitely one of the highlights so far of the season. That was great. So yeah, that's it for the Rising Stars. Tomorrow will be a real live of the Super GT TC off-season round 2 at Atopolis. Group 2, Group 3 multi-class action, and on Thursday we will visit the World Series GT driver career, the Masters Cup as well. So we will go to the Tokyo Express South clockwise track in the Honda Civic. That one should be also a cracking race. So yeah, with all that being said, thank you all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the show. I did that certainly. And yeah, hope to see you soon in another live stream or video. Bye. Bye.